what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm your host, Liz. We have a fantastic show ahead of us. We have a brand new Glitz and Glam segment with Gretchen, and she's going to be over at Revival Spa, which is in Riverwalk in Edwards. They've got a lot of wonderful things to make us feel fabulous and beautiful, so we'll check that out. And we also have a great interview with the Vail Police Department with Maddie, and that is just super informative, and we're going to want to check that out too. So that's something to look forward to later on in the hour. And I want to remind everybody about Moving Mountains for Mark. That is going to take place on Friday, May 5th at 5 p.m. at the Eagle Vail Pavilion. And that was Dr. Peck. He was just such a staple in our community. We're going to go pay our respects and just enjoy a silent auction, great food, drinks, and music and libations. Only a $35 cover is asked for, so you can always add to that, and it's just going to a really great cause. So Moving Mountains for Mark. Now I want to bring up something that everybody loves to do is work. I know I love to work. I love doing everything I do here for TV8. It's such an amazing family, and we are also hiring here at TV8. There's so many positions in the Vail Valley, but why not take one that's super hands-on, a lot of fun, and you can learn. You can train here at TV8 to do something just super spectacular, whether you want to be behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. We have something for you. We're also looking for bilingual editors. So if you know of anybody or you yourself are a fluent Spanish-speaking person, we could use your help here at the studio. So check us out. To find out about the jobs that are available at TV8, go to Danielle at tv8vail.com. Send her a nice email. Tell her I sent you, and maybe you can get to be part of the great family here at TV8. I know they're also always looking for people over at Roundup River Ranch. That's an amazing organization that takes care of children in need, and we can also give you a great thing to go over there and find out what jobs they have available as well. And of course, we also have some great volunteer work that's out there for everybody. If you want to volunteer for the Vail Valley Foundation, well, that's the place to go check out a great job, or not really a job, but for volunteers. So some of us like to work for a living, and some of us just want to volunteer and take care of our community. That's also through Roundup River Ranch at the same time, and the Vail Valley Foundation. So many great things that you can volunteer for here in the community and take care of others. It's a wonderful thing. There's also something called mountaincareers.com. If you go on that website, you will see basically any job available for you guys, anywhere from Summit to Eagle County, and you can get yourself something really fun to be employed by. But I say check out TV8 Vail, because you can have a wonderful time and be part of this amazing family, which I'm part of, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful Sunday. I look forward to the great show, and we're going to take a look at our weather forecast right now.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Welcome back to your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Liz. It's a wonderful Sunday, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I mentioned earlier that we have a new segment called Glitz Glam with Gretchen. She's over at Revival, and it's a really wonderful place to feel your best. They're located in Riverwalk in Edwards. Let's take a look and see what they have to offer.
Welcome to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. I'm here in beautiful Edwards, Colorado, Revival Boutique and Med Spa. Welcome back to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm so excited to be at Revival Boutique and Spa. It is so beautiful here in the heart of Edwards, Colorado with one of my favorite human beings, Jessica Ballantyne. How are you doing, Jess?
Hi, Gretchen. I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it. This is awesome.
I love this because she is such a beautiful human being inside and out. And this space is stunning. It makes me feel so good to be in here. The calming energy, the presence here is just a fun place to be. And I have to be honest, I have been a customer for many a year. So whenever someone says I look good, I have to say it's because of you. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Well, you're gorgeous. And that's what we want to promote. And thank you for expanding upon the whole the energy and vibe, because that's something that we definitely focus on here. And that was really important to me when opening up something like this. I wanted to really stay away from the clinical vibe, that kind of sterile, feeling or aesthetic, and really wanted it to feel like a comforting space to hang out where women and men can feel safe. And where really it's kind of like a hangout, but you're really just trying to help, make yourself feel better, look better, whatever it is that you can do to, take care of yourself, really.
And I
Self-care.
love that about you, because it's such a stunning space, and it is a boutique and medical spa, and so many things that you have here really make you shine from the inside out. And I love that you really focus on that moment. It is about the mind, body, and beauty, like we always say.
It is.
And the whole concept of revival, coming back to life, becoming this like phoenix again from the ashes and coming back and feeling your beautiful self. And I know so many people, I won't drop names, that come here, many people that I'm friends with. And what are some of the things that you guys do here at Revival?
Yeah, well, we are, to speak to the whole thing, we are HIPAA compliant, so we never share anyone's information in terms of who comes here. We really try to make sure we keep people's anonymity safe. And although we do really think it's important for us to really feel good and be honest and unapologetic about what we do here, and to make women and men feel good about the fact that when you see someone walking down the street that looks good, or you think that their skin looks great, they probably did something to work on it. Right. Just like when you go to the gym, if somebody has a great physique, they've probably done something to be active with it. So some of the things we offer here are injectables. We do neuromodulators like Botox and Jeuveau. We also offer fillers, which we can work in the lips, the cheeks, chin, anything to kind of help reestablish what's been lost over time with age. We really try to focus on maintaining your natural aesthetic. We don't want to make you look different, but maybe the whole kind of like, wow, you look good. What did you do?
Kind
Not
of
like, what did you do?
Yes,
exactly. Refresh. That's perfect. So we also offer radio frequency microneedling to help with collagen and tightening elastin. We offer laser resurfacing. We do photofacial treatments that help with pigment and vascularity. We also offer chemical peels, facials for the more relaxing vibe. We give the best facial in town, if you ask me.
I love it.
We really focus on pampering, We also offer M-Sculpt, which is one of my favorite treatments that helps to build muscle as well as destroying fat. So it actually taps into your fat reserves to help build that metabolic response and build muscle, which is something that we lose over time as well. Is really important to us here. It's not just about the aesthetic. It's actually about us really feeling good and being stronger, better endurance. Yeah.
Well, and I love that you said that too. It's about the health piece as well. And we were talking off camera a little bit that you can look beautiful and you can eat well, whatever. But if you're not, it's important to do every single piece of it, mind, body, soul, beauty, all of it,
It's a holistic approach. You have to kind of think about all the things, and that's something we really focus on here. We also offer the Emcella chair, which is something that actually helps with urinary incontinence.
Wow.
It helps with something called diastasis, it helps with pelvic floor strengthening. The M-Sculpt helps with diastasis recti, which is something that's helpful for women who have had babies, who their basically abdomen kind of separates.
Wow.
But the Emcella chair helps with urinary incontinence. It helps with erectile dysfunction with men, and also urinary incontinence in men as well. Men who have had prostatectomies or had issues with their prostate, with prostate cancer, things like this. So it can help bring back a quality of life, because it really affects us in our daily, activities and how comfortable we feel if we're running down the street or or like jumping on the trampoline with our kids or working out or laughing too hard. And so, again, it's really about focusing on how we feel and how we show up in life and having confidence, and when we look good, we feel good. When we feel good, we also look good, like as you said, kind of like emanating that radiance from the inside out. Yeah.
I love that. You are such a powerful woman, and you are.
Well, we all are, women and men, and that's one thing that we try to focus on is like the community. We really are all one. We all have this amazing essence within us, So if we can bring that about within each other, and another thing about coming in here that I love is like the healing power of touch. It's so incredible how healing and powerful it is, when you can have like just a little bit of that something or other, just in a day. Like that was what was so hard during the pandemic, people having to like, separate or stand off. And as soon as we opened back up, it was like people flocked in here. We needed that interaction and we needed to feel good about ourselves. And some of that comes from obviously like feeling good about ourselves from within, but we want to work on things outwardly too. And that's okay. And again, being unapologetic about it and doing what makes us feel good.
I love that you said that, unapologetically yourself, and feeling it's okay to look good and feel good. And everyone wants to feel that and have that moment. And I also love that you said men coming in here as well, because I feel like, especially maybe in our town, people don't, that's not true. A lot of men want to look good and feel good too. Why is that any different than women? So I know you're an open space for everyone, and I love that as well.
Yep, he, she, they, all of the things. Whatever makes you feel good. I feel like as long as you have integrity and good intentions behind what you're doing, you're not harming others. There's nothing wrong with whatever you're pursuing or desiring, whether it's activity, whether it's something in aesthetics, or something that you want to do to maintain. And we all have different ways of being, right? Like
100.
our styles, our vibes, like all of those things. Like we should all feel really good about the uniqueness of ourselves and empower each other to do that. that and build it up, you know?
And I think that's what I love so much about you guys, this space, Revival as well, the mind, body, and beauty, because truly you touch base, like you just said, on every single piece of that. And when people leave here, you're really making them feel like the best versions of themselves. So you're changing
That's our hope.
The world 1% at a time. Not to sound cheesy, but it's truth. Just making people shine in a different way.
Totally. It's the little things that we can do. You know, sometimes like in the space of our world right now, things seem overwhelming.
Yes.
I try to really kind of stay away from the news because it does seem, but I think what we can do one day at a time, just the little things, the little efforts that we can do to touch others and to like send love out, you know, into our space in our world, you know, that's what we can do. We can focus on the little things one step at a time. Yeah.
Jessica, you're amazing. Thank you so much for
You're
talking
amazing
to us today. I'm here with Tracy, who is a provider here at Revival. I am so excited to talk to you because I know off camera we've been talking a lot of things, all things beauty and just health, energy, and really what makes people glow from the outside, well, inside out, outside in, both.
Yeah, both. Goes both ways.
And yes, it does. And I love that you really take the time to get to know your patients and you really take those moments to hear, not only listen, but what we were saying, hear what they want and what you're going to do with them. Can you kind of, tell me a little bit?
Thank you so much for having me and having us here. Here at Revival, I hear a lot that our approach is different. You know, our clients come in, it's a really safe place for them. We don't take that lightly. We're so appreciative to have them come in here and trust us.
Right.
So like one of the things that we do, our consults, we take a full 45 minutes to really sit down with our clients, figure out their lifestyle, look at all aspects from physical activity to relationships to diet to we have them bring in their product lines with them, which is, I feel like, huge.
That's
a lot
such
of people,
a difference. Yeah, when you said that, that is kind of shocking but amazing because it makes complete sense, but I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. So it's a full approach, you know, that we find, and everything is customizable. It's not a one size fits all.
Right.
So we really like to take that time and, you know, find the right approach and the right treatment.
And I love that you were saying earlier, kind of, you know, we were talking a little bit off camera again, but you were telling me that each person is so different, and especially in a valley like this where so many of us are so outdoorsy.
Absolutely.
That you can't just say, hey, you know, this is what or someone will even come in and say, I want this, and you'll really listen to them and say, you know what, I don't know if this is the best option for you, but here's XYZ.
Or maybe not at this time in your life.
Right.
You know?
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, we want to get people set up. We want to see what, like I said, their physical activity is, what their skin type, what their goals are. And a lot of times it's steps to get there. So we like to take that time and look at the big picture.
I love that as well. And so you were kind of saying that it's an individualized situation here, right?
Absolutely.
And I love that you take the 45 minutes. What do you go over in those 45 minutes? What exactly, what would it look like? What would happen?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is we have somebody come in and we really like to start the consult and have them look and tell us their favorite aspects or what they love when they look at their face and what they see.
Okay.
So then it's kind of building on that and accentuating and adding to that and going from there.
I love the positive. That's amazing. Instead of, because I was thinking, you know, you come in and you're kind of like, oh, I don't like this.
We're not here to pick people apart.
Right.
Yeah, or judge.
I love that. Yes. Okay.
So it's building on that and then going from there and seeing what their goals are, what they would like to improve, how they see themselves getting there, what they're using as far as products at home. We're really big on using medical grade products. That's what's going to make the biggest difference in your skin, what you're doing day in and day out. So we go through all of that. We see what they're currently using, how we can help add or supplement to their, we look at their diet and lifestyle, what they're eating, how much water they're drinking, which is huge here.
I think that's, I love, not to interrupt you, but I think that's brilliant because I think so oftentimes people think, oh, one-stop shop, which it is, but you also have to keep on living the lifestyle that kind of allows that to keep on being, allows you to keep on shining and being beautiful.
And we want people to be active. We want, I mean, Jessica and I, we're huge sun lovers. We like to be out there, you know, but it's just protecting yourself and finding a way to do it. And then coming in here and we're able to help, you know, fix all the damage done with our treatment. So
I feel like I need that. I definitely, I mean, I'm in my 40s and I started getting sunspots. I'm like, what is this? What's happening? So
because you're living life. You're enjoying life. That's good. We don't want people to stop doing this.
I know. I think about that quite often. I'm like, we live here. You want to be in the mountains, but you
enjoy it.
Want people to live their lives to the fullest, but also be conscious of these are the
and
things
it's
you need
also,
to
we're
do.
really big. It's not an all or nothing approach, right? Like you don't have to be all something. You can pick and choose your little things. I mean, I'm very big on what I eat and making sure what goes into my body is
Yes.
healthy and organic and natural, but I also get Botox.
Right.
So it's like you can have the best of both worlds.
I love that you said that, because I think so often people kind of do feel, oh, I'm so organic and I'm, living this genuine, healthy lifestyle, however, but it doesn't need to be a however.
Yes,
You can do both.
Yes, so we're big on that here, which
Yes.
I think our clients appreciate.
I love that. So another question I had for you, I'm just curious. I know you do so many different things here. What is your favorite treatment to have done to yourself and or to do to someone else? Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it totally depends on the space that I'm in.
Okay.
I mean, there can be times where, a lot of our treatments can be a little bit uncomfortable, spicy, maybe a little bit more
Spicy.
painful.
I love that word.
Yep. It's all about the way you present it. Which give great results, right? But maybe you're in a more fragile state. Maybe you're going through something in life that's really big and traumatic.
Yes.
And pain we store in the body in the same place, and different things can trigger it.
Right.
So maybe not a big laser is the right time for you.
Got it. Yep.
So maybe it's more of a holistic approach and a holistic facial where you feel really good. There's no downtime. You're not causing anything painful.
Right.
Or maybe you're in a place where you're ready for something bigger. So it kind of just depends on where you're at. We look at all of that.
And that's huge. And so that is part of the 45 minutes too. Is
Absolutely.
So it is. You come in here and you get everything from your, well, there you go, mind, body, soul.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
everything. Your mind, body, and beauty. Because I think you're right. So often, so many of us come in here after we've been through major life things.
Absolutely. Because you're wanting to feel good. You're wanting to look good
100%.
so that you
Yes.
feel good.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's so great. That is so awesome. And when did you start here?
I started after Jessica had been open for about a year.
Okay.
She's a dear friend of mine. I look up to her. I'm all about, my belief is that we surround ourselves with females that are powerful and, bring more to the table. And she is absolutely that person for me. I respect her as a human, as a mom, as a mother, and as a business owner. So it was a very easy decision for me to come over and be here with her and work in this space. We go way back. We have some history. So.
You guys are such powerful, beautiful women, and I love that
thank
she's
you.
tearing up even talking about this. And that's one thing I do want to say. When you come into this space, and yes, obviously I love these women all very deeply, but you do feel a sense of sisterhood, and you feel connected. You don't feel judged, and you feel so calm.
I am
and I think
so happy that you say that.
100%.
That's huge for us.
Yes, Jessica and I have talked about this for a long time. When I first came in, I was just kind of all over the place, and she calmed me in like 50 seconds, and I'm like, I like it here.
It's a safe place.
It is a safe space,
space.
yes.
Jessica laughs at me because there are mornings I feel overwhelmed. I'm a single mom to a 4-year-old and trying to get him to preschool, and it's like, I just need to get to work, And she's like, that's crazy that you feel that way, but it's a safe place, not just for our clients, but for us as providers and employees here. So I'm glad that you feel that.
100%. Well, I want to say thank you guys so much. This was such a moment, and truly, I want everyone to know that when you come in here, you feel so good from the inside out, and
That's everything.
I'm excited to come back. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Well, we'll be excited to have you.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Gretchen.
And keep it right here for more of the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen.
Good morning, Vail.
If you haven't seen Good Day Vail lately, here's what you've been missing. I'm Cece Zach, and I'm the host of Good Day Vail, and you can find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com and on YouTube. We're here to serve the Vail Valley, and we look forward to sharing our story with all of you.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about helping you find the right gear for your best adventure. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Stop by our full-service shop to learn more about how we help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun and Ski Sports. Call or visit us in Avon or Dillon or learn more at sunandski.com.
Vail Skin and Lashes, located in the heart of Avon, offers a full array of aesthetic and medical treatments and services. We feature only the highest quality products in an upscale medical-grade skincare boutique. Experience this luxurious, welcoming, and inviting environment. We are dedicated to providing expert personalized care, artistry, wellness, beauty. That's Vail Skin and Lashes Medical Spa.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail, 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. We have a really fun segment to show you right now. One of my favorite things in this whole world is candy. Well, if you want to go into a place that I call a little slice of heaven, there's a place called Fuzzy Wigs in Vail. Let's find out all the yummy things that they have over there.
If you're running around Vail Village, well then the best place to stop is Fuzzy Wigs Candy Store, and that's because they've got everything you could ever dream of here. And I'm standing here with one of the fabulous people, Matt. Matt, thank you so much for meeting us.
Oh, of course. Thanks for stopping by this morning.
What do you got going on over there?
Making a batch of caramel. We make all the caramel from scratch, so this is just basically like butter, sugar, glucose, and half right now. And then it boils for a really, really, really long time. And then I'll start adding all the evaporated milk in, and after like an hour, you have caramel.
And then you'll dip all of the delicious apples. And so you guys are one of the few candy stores here in the village where you can get literally everything your heart could ever dream of.
We're trying. I mean, we don't have everything, but I mean, we have a lot. And like, so for instance, this amount of caramel would probably cover 3 times as many apples as we have here, but we'll go back and we'll use all the caramel that's not on the apples we'll use to make like caramels and turtles, and we use it in the fudge because we're making almost all the chocolate stuff here. So,
which is really incredible. Everything here is so delicious. You guys have my favorite sea salt caramels.
Oh, they're the best.
They're to die for.
Like dark chocolate sea salt caramel all day long.
All day long. Yeah. And this is the only place that I will come and get them. And if I'm try anywhere else, I'm like, it's okay, but the caramel is never as good as it is from here.
You can tell everybody that.
I
agree.
I just publicly did.
No, I fully agree, but I'm biased, so of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like dark chocolate sea salt caramels are like a dark pecan turtle, like coming off the mountain in the morning after skiing or snowboarding before work. Like we'll be super hungry, and so we just house them. Like it's like an immediate thing with coffee.
I can only imagine how much candy you probably consume in like a month basis.
Not as much as you think, because like the longer you're here, the pickier you get.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, we all have our moments, but you bring food so that you're not snacking nonstop. But, oh yeah, we eat it.
Yeah, for sure. And the coolest part about Fuzzy Wigs is you guys are a family-owned and operated business.
Yes, so give me a second, I need to add some milk here. But yeah, so we've been doing this, we started doing this in '93 up in Steamboat. So, put some perspective on it. That was like when I made my first batch of caramel. That was 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, we're still family owned. It's us. Like if you were in some of our other stores, you'll run into like my mom and my stepdad and my brother. And yeah, that's the great thing about us being involved in all of it is it's still us. Like each store's a little bit different, and we do things here that we don't do in any of the other stores, and we carry local artists, and So we're trying to do as much of it here, and that's what makes it fun. I mean, we live here.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's what does make it fun, because you come in here and you can tell that it's just an out there store. Like, you guys get to have all of the most fun things in here, but also you can feel that family vibe as soon as you walk in. And I was lucky enough to meet Blake the other day, and so now I've met two of you guys and spent some time with both of you, and just getting to come in here and know that it's still family owned and that you guys are really living the Vail lifestyle that we all love makes it really cool.
Well, and like Blake's been around since he was 18. He came in like almost 14 years ago, and so now he's family, and he's still around, and like his wife Victoria works here, and Krista, who grew up in the Valley, has been here for like 10 years, and so she'll come by with like her little 1.5-year-old Willow, and so yeah, it's once you're sort of sucked in and you're here for a while, you're just all family.
Which is the best part. And so if people should know anything about Fuzzy Wigs, what separates you guys from some of the other candy stores that they could come to in Vail, what would you say it is?
Well, we try to have a little bit of everything for everyone. So whether it's your grandparents or your parents or like little Willow, I mean, we try to have stuff for everyone. Yeah.
Which makes it so incredible. And where are you guys located, and what are your hours of operation if people want to come enjoy some of your fun candy?
All right. Well, we're right on the Children's Fountain. When people call and ask where we are, we say, you know, we're across from Wild Bill's, and we're next to Pepe's and Axel's, and we're right on the Children's Fountain, and we're here every day. You know, we're even in the off season, even in November. Unless it's snowing a ton and it's junky out, then we might be skinning in the morning, but we'll be here in the afternoon.
Which I think is the way to do it, and then it shows that you really live this lifestyle, which is the thing that we all know and love here.
Well, thanks. We appreciate. We're just happy that everybody has been coming by for 14 years, and hopefully everybody continues to come by. And you know, I mean, we're here. We're not going anywhere.
Listen, I would like to tell you that we love you guys so much in my family that my dad makes his way from Park City to visit, and we always come in here and stock up on jelly beans.
Well, and it's funny because everybody has their own little thing when they come in.
Mm-hmm.
So like people from England, for some reason, they have a hard time getting Jelly Belly stuff over there. So they always stock up on that. But then we've been like over the past couple years, we have ramen. And so it's like, and it's all special ramen from like South Korea, and it's super spicy. And so people have their own things that they come for year after year after year. And they expand on it a little bit, but there's always like your dad. He's always getting jelly beans.
He's always getting the jelly beans. I normally come in for the chocolate, the caramels, but also the shame factor is I probably come in here once every other week and buy something.
Everybody has that shame factor. We don't tell anybody, but seriously, that's the great thing is we know everybody who's around here because everybody's coming in on a regular basis, and that's what makes it great, because then we know everybody who's working around here and living around here, and it's just a great thing. And we've seen people, you know, over the past 13 years, like Candace from Axel's, we've seen her daughters grow up. Mm-hmm. Like Seeger, who's Becky and Jesse, and they're over at Gorsuch, like we've seen him be born, and now he's in like, I think 5th grade or something. So we've seen a lot of people like grow up, and it's actually really cool.
And it just shows what a great part of the community you are. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us, teaching us a little bit about the caramel apple making process, and just spending some time with me this morning.
No, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
We love it here. If you're running around Vail and you have a sweet tooth, well then this is the best place to come because they've got everything for everyone in the family. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
It's that time of the morning where we're talking Sun and Ski Sports Product of the Week. Now we've got a Rumple blanket with us, which this is the original puffy blanket. And if you have not seen one of these, well, then they are great for the environment. And the reason that is because this blanket right here is made out of 60 recycled water bottles. So I'm just gonna fold this down a little bit. You can see what the blanket looks like. These are absolutely amazing if you're getting out there to do anything outside. They are water and stain resistant as they are finished with a DWR on there, making it nice and convenient for all of your outdoor needs. Not only does it curl up into this nice little packaging, so it's super low-key, mellow to take anywhere with you, but as well as getting it out and about, it is made with synthetic insulation, which means that it is machine washable. So if you do spill something on it, it's super easy to get nice and clean. You can see that this is a beautiful one with the Arches National Park on it. You can head over to Sun and Ski Sports to get your hands on one of these fabulous blankets, or you can go to their website at sunandski.com, and that way you can order one right to your house. We want to thank them for bringing you this product of the week. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail, 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar, serving the Vail Valley for over 30 years.
We love giving you great information on how you can protect yourself out there on the slopes, and a great way to do so is making sure that you can see so you can ski or ride. And so I've got two very different but both very incredible goggle companies in front of me. So we're going to start over here with the Smith 4D Mag system. The reason that this is such a great system for you when you're out there skiing or riding is that 4D Mag part stands for allowing you to have more peripheral vision up there on the slopes. So you can see how the bottom of this goggle lens right here is nice and rounded on both lenses. That's going to increase your bird's eye view by 25% when you're out there, meaning that you're just going to have more peripheral vision, not only to the sides with this nice frameless goggle, but also below you, really allowing yourself to see all those little nooks and crannies that could be in that snow. Now, all you have to do to change this goggle lens is you're going to release these two little levers right here, and then you'll just grab that little bit of frame that's on that goggle lens, pull it out, grab your lighter lens, so your flat light lens. Make sure that it clips all the way in before you lock those in place, and then that goggle lens is good to go, making it nice and convenient for you to change your lenses. Smith goggles come with ChromaPop technology in the lenses, which is going to enhance those colors while you're out there skiing or riding, which makes it really easy for you to make the transition from the dark lens to the sunny day, or the cloudy day lens, excuse me. Now we're gonna move over. So we've got the Zeal Portal on this side of me. This is a great system as well. They also come with some fabulous magnets. Now all you have to do is slide it up, and then like a garage door, you're gonna put it close to those rail locks, and then you're gonna slide it right back in, making it nice and convenient to change that goggle lens. So when you're out there, you can easily change this one as well. And I actually was really struggling with this for a while. I went into Eyepieces, had them explain it to me. They showed it to me within the matter of 30 seconds on how easy it is to actually change this goggle lens. So if you're having any difficulties with any of your goggles, any of your prescriptions, any of your glasses, Eyepieces is such a great place for you to go explore. Now, the reason that the Zeal optics have such a great lens in them is because the Zeal was actually just bought by Maui Jim, but they're all polarized. And so you can see right here the difference that polarization is going to make in that reflection of the sun back towards you. And especially with that snow, you can see that snow reflects 88% of the light back towards your eyes. And so to avoid that exhaustion on your eyes, it's really important that you have the correct goggle lens to protect your eyes. And either one of these is going to protect your eyes very well from those harsh UV rays, whether you like the polarized lens or whether you like the ChromaPop lens. Either one is going to do its job to help you see so you can ski or ride and keep yourself nice and safe out there. Now, some tips and tricks to keep your goggles nice and safe themselves is you can see each one comes with this nice little bag. When you're done with your extra lens, you want to make sure that you're placing it back in that bag so that lens is not getting scratched at all. It's nice, it's protected, and it's somewhere secure. Also in this bag, there's a little sleeve so that you can fit your goggles in there as well and keep everything protected. But when you're done skiing or riding, it's really important that you take the goggle off of your helmet, and especially if there's any moisture along this foam, because if that foam is compressed while it's wet, it's going to start to slowly disintegrate. Now, it won't happen over one season, but it might happen over 2 seasons, and to avoid that, you just remove the goggles so that that foam stays in this beautiful, perfect condition. That way you can enjoy these goggles for quite some time, because there's no better investment than your vision. Now, if you are looking for any vision needs, Eyepieces of Vail has 6 convenient locations throughout our community for you to go check out. There's the brand new remodeled one up at the top of Beaver Creek that's absolutely beautiful. There's one at the top of Bridge Street. There's one in the Solaris Plaza. There's one in the Sun and Alp Hotel, and then there's one over in Lion's Head, as well as one in Edwards. Oh man, I'm running out of breath, but if there's anything that you need optical-wise, make sure that you check out Eyepieces of Vail and go see our friends over there. We want to thank them so much for sponsoring this Lens of the Day report this morning. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the TV8 Viewers' Choice Awards, where we celebrate the videos that got the most views on our YouTube channel from you, our viewers. I'm your host, Maddie Evans, and let's see who's taking home the prizes for the month of March. Taking home the bronze is Good Morning Vail's March 16th edition. Outdoor sports return to the Vail Valley. Baseball, lacrosse, and soccer reports on the scoreboard. The silver award goes to the inaugural 2-hour episode of Good Morning Vail on March 13th. The Gold Award goes to Good Morning Vail on March 18th, featuring music in the Valley with Dave Anderson and Dogs in a Pile. The Platinum Award goes to Good Morning Vail on March 20th, featuring Claire Noble reporting on Eagle County developments. And clinching the #1 spot and taking home the Diamond Award, Good Day Vail host CC Zach spotlight Vail celebrity Marka Moser. If you missed any of these trending videos, well then you can check them out on our YouTube page, TV8 Good Morning Vail, and make sure that you check out the Viewers' Choice Awards for the month of March on there as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and I'll see you next time.
Hi, it's Max at TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail, 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. We love and appreciate our first responders here in our community, and Maddie had the pleasure of interviewing the Vail Police Department. Let's take a look and see what they had to say.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, we love our police department here in our community because they do such a good job at making sure that our community is safe, serve, and protected. And so I've got Officer Mark Coe from the Vail Police Department joining me on the couch first thing this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I love when you guys come in only because I feel like you answer so many questions that I have before, during interviews, and so you guys just really do a great job here for our community.
Well, thank you. We try to. We try to be out there in the community and talking to people, be a man of the people, and, you know, do our best.
Well, and you do great events too, so that when people do have a lot of questions and they do need things answered and maybe they don't want to come to the police station because sometimes it's a little intimidating,
Yes.
They can come and do things like Coffee with a Cop.
Yes, we do have lots of events. I think we're pretty lucky in the town where we get to police. We do get more of that small town feel. We get to be very present where we're meeting people, and we have lots of visitors every week, so it's always new people in town. But it is fun. It's fun for us. We enjoy doing it.
Well, and you guys do such a good job, and so we were talking a little bit off camera because we just had Beaver Creek's closing day, which means that it's rowdy. There's a large party happening. Yes. Now, Vail's closing day is coming up, and something that you guys are really pushing is not to drive under the influence.
Yeah, so it's like this all year, but certainly special events like Sunday, closing day, people like to have a lot of fun. It's very normal to want to have a good time. We want everybody to have a good time, but we want people to be safe, and part of that is not driving while impaired, not driving under the influence, using buses, taxis, sober friends, anything like that. We are out. We have DUI task force countywide, so we are constantly looking for impaired drivers. Our job is to keep the roads safe. Lots of officers in our department specifically are very passionate about the subject. So yes, we would like to encourage everybody not to take the chance. Don't meet us under a bad situation where you're an impaired driver. We'd rather talk to you just out walking through the village or on the slopes than, you know, driving behind the wheel of, a vehicle when you're not supposed to be.
Which is so important, and you guys do such an incredible job of making sure that you're spread throughout the town too. That way there's no bad incidents throughout Vail Village, because sometimes people get a little bit rowdy, and we've seen some kind of wild things over the course of this winter.
Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting winter for sure. Lots of people out, and we do see the shenanigans from time to time. I would tell you most people on the whole are really good people and are just here to have a good time. With that, it's fun. It's a place to vacation. It's a place to have a good time, and we understand that people like to cut loose and enjoy themselves, and nothing wrong with that, but just be responsible about it, and we'll look out for each other.
Which I love, and that's one of the best parts, especially because we've seen a lot of, unfortunately, skis stolen this year, but you guys have cameras everywhere, so you can use those cameras to help identify people, help people try and find their skis again, and that's crucial, and especially as we're approaching bike season.
Yes, so you bring up a good point with the skis and the bike, and I think the biggest advice we can give as a police department is be vigilant. Everybody feels very safe coming to a small town like Vail, and you should. It is a very safe place. But with that, it's also a target of opportunity for people who are looking to do bad things. we would like to just encourage people, keep an eye on stuff. If you set your skis down, a lot of times it's a case of mistaken identity. But there are times where there are bad actors who are doing things that are not supposed to be doing. And so just be vigilant. Just understand that you still, things are still possible even though we're in a small town. And we like to be there and help, but we can't be everywhere at the same time.
Right.
And we do have cameras, but it's not 100% where we're gonna see everybody all the time. So do your best to be vigilant as well.
And of course, now that the snow is starting to melt, we're going to start to see a lot more animals out and about. And sometimes they come down into Vail Village. And so if people maybe stumble across like a bear or a mountain lion, what should they do?
Ideally, they'll call us. They will not approach the animal. I understand, especially when you're from a place where it's not quite as rural and you don't see things like this every day. It's very exciting to see animals in the wild or in a different habitat. But don't approach the animals. Call us and let them just do their thing. They're very used to living here. They're not, it's not strange to them to see people or even approach the highway. One thing specifically on the highway, a lot of cars like to stop or take pictures.
Yes.
And we have to just be, sure not to disrupt them. They live here. We want to protect them, and we want to not approach them and not mess with them at all.
Because we've started to see a lot of bighorn sheep in that
Yep.
East Vail area, and just leave them alone.
Yes.
Let them eat their food and
Yeah.
hang out and be friends with everything around them. Now, we're also getting into construction season, which the laws kind of change on the roads around construction season, only because there are workers on the road. And
Yes.
so it's really important that people are smart about that as well.
Yes, so speed limits change. Oftentimes we go down to one lane. It's really about, what I always tell people when I talk to them on traffic stops or anywhere, just slow down. I understand everybody has somewhere to go. They want to get there in a hurry. I understand that. But none of that is worth the downside if an accident happens. And so, a lot of times we're going down to one lane, we're going down to 35 miles an hour in certain spots. And there are people out there on that road doing the work. So we want to protect them. We want everybody to be safe. It'll change your life if you hit somebody. It's not worth it. So just take a moment and slow down.
Give yourself that extra travel time. We talk about it a lot here, and especially because we are in that freeze-thaw cycle where things are thawing throughout the day, freezing overnight with these cooler temperatures. And so people need to give themselves that extra travel time to just be safe on the roads.
Exactly. And I always tell people, you thought you were going to get there so quick, and all of a sudden you have to talk to me for 15 minutes, and it didn't really help. So just slow down, plan a few minutes early, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, don't be late. I'm the worst at always being late, and then I'm like, I'm not going to speed because I'm so scared. And then I'm like, I'm just going to have to accept my fate of being late,
Right.
and that's the consequence of my own decision.
Yeah, exactly. Just talk to your nice boss and tell him you need a little understanding.
Or like your friends, when you're always late to go see your friends,
Yeah.
I have an issue. They always tell me to be there. They're like, yeah, we're having dinner at 6 when we're not having dinner until 6:30, because then I will walk in the door at like...
They know how you operate.
Yeah, 6:30. Yeah, exactly. Now, you guys have some other great programs, so people can register their skis through you guys,
Yes,
too.
skis and bikes. So, and the big thing with those items, when we get a report of stolen bike or stolen skis, and let's say it's actually stolen and not a misplaced item or something like that. But one of the first things we always ask for is a serial number. So definitely, I just tell everybody, just take a quick photo. We all keep that stuff on our phones. Have your serial numbers, make, model, that type of stuff. Things we as law enforcement officers can actually do something about. If we will do our best always, but if we have more information, we can do better.
Which I think is so important. And then, of course, let's talk a little bit about, as people are maybe making their way to Vail for closing day, if you park your car there after 3 and you're just going for the party after the mountain closes, then you can leave your car there so you don't run the risk of getting a DUI.
Right. And also, something people may not know about, if they call us and say, hey, look, I've had too much to drink, we will actually give them a card that says, you're fine to park there. We would so much rather help them out, get out of the parking with no issues, rather than contact them for impaired driving. So there are always options for somebody that's had too much to drink, and maybe you didn't plan it, and that's okay. We can't do it all the time, but we have given people rides home rather than have them drive drunk. So we will go out of our way to not have impaired drivers on the road. but once you cross that line, there's not much we can do about it. So we would just recommend doing everything you can to make sure you have a plan if you're going to drink.
I feel like the Vail Police Department does such a good job of breaking the stigma, and people always have this idea in their brain that police are scary and it's scary to talk to them and it's scary to encounter them. And I have had the opportunity to spend so much time with you guys here on the couch, and I swear you guys are the best people in our entire community.
Awful nice. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to realize in law enforcement, I understand, sometimes people see the uniform, but behind the uniform, we're all people.
Yes.
And being able to speak to people, you get to know them. And I think that's something that we get a chance to do, where maybe in a bigger city you don't have as much opportunity. But we take every opportunity. We have people from the community or even just visitors come into the police department and want to say hi. It's amazing to get to talk to people. So yeah, approach us, say hello. We always do our best to say hi and talk to people. And yeah, we have a good time.
I want to thank you so much for coming in here,
thanks
giving
for
us
having me.
all this great information. Next time you come in here, we're going to talk roundabouts.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Make sure that you check out the Vail Police Department and you see the lineup of activities and events, because we do have such a good police department here to keep our community safe. They're all so kind, they're all so loving, and they're just doing their job to protect everyone individually. So make sure that you always say hi to them. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got hour number 2 of Good Morning Vail, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the Scoreboard. I'm Ben Roof. We're here at Eagle Valley High School with a lot of snow on the ground on a very cold afternoon. Now, this week there are a lot of games that are happening away. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look back at the Eagle Valley and Battle Mountain track and field meet that happened earlier this week. We spoke to several of the Eagle Valley athletes who are competing in the 4x100 relay, as well as several of the other races. We also spoke to the coach. Let's take a listen to those interviews. We are here on the Scoreboard with Coach Jeff Stroll of the Eagle Valley varsity track and field team. Coach, how are you guys doing today?
We're doing pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit more of a workout for us with the midday week, and we're keeping an eye on the wind. The wind can either help you or hurt you in track, but overall, it's a good day today for us.
Tell me a little bit more about the wind here. It's been really windy today. It's been blowing everything all around. Has that really presented a lot of specific challenges for you guys?
It can. You don't want this heavy of a tailwind on your vaulters usually, and as long as it's blowing crossways, it shouldn't affect the legality of the jumps in the sprint. So I think we're okay there. But whoever has to run that corner into that kind of a wind, you could see it just knocks you back a little bit. So other than that, it's a great day.
So in terms of the running events, who's been doing particularly well today?
Today I've been coaching for a long time, and I've got 6 gentlemen under 12 seconds in the 100. And so Battle Mountain, thanks to Coach Rob Parrish, lets us kind of load up all of our kids in this meet, because it's a local meet for us as well. Same for them when they come down to our track a couple weeks ago, and so I can run as many as I want, and I'll be darned if I didn't get 6 of them under 12 seconds today. And I can't tell you the last time I was able to do that, so I'm pretty proud of the boys.
Well, that's awesome. Tell me a little bit more about how your team overall is this season and how they compare to seasons in the past.
This is probably the best boys team I've had in maybe 10 years. We're just deep this year. We won high jump. Last week at Glenwood we went 1, 2, 3 in the long jump. 1, 2 in the triple, or not 2. We didn't win the triple, but we did go 1, 2 in the high jump, and so we've got good sprints. Of course, Jake Drever in the long distance races. Zach Bork's overthrowing, and of course, Coach Phillips has always got a couple of point scores in pole vault. So we're deep this year, and that's how you score points.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure your kids need you, but thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
We are here in the Scoreboard with Caden, a junior of the Eagle Valley varsity track and field team. Caden, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Well, have you run any races yet, or are you still getting ready?
I just ran the 100 and got 3rd place, which was pretty cool. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So what did you do this week that kind of set you up to get that 3rd place win?
So recently, the past couple of weeks, just been grinding pretty hard in practice, just trying to work on my blocks. We just came back from Glenwood on Saturday, so this was kind of early notice for a meet on Tuesday. Normally we have them on Fridays, Saturdays, but it was good. But honestly just working on my blocks a lot, trying to stay low and just working on my form. I have really great coaches and they help me all the time, so it's really nice.
So when you're working on your sprints and everything, is there anything that you're keeping in mind to kind of stay focused just for that short period of time and keep that intensity up?
Most of the time, just keep my body warm. Like us, like we wear pants, and most of the time, like, cause it's been cold lately, we just wear warm layers and try to stay as loose as possible, and just remember our technique. Just focus on, just being disciplined enough to stay with it, not pop up too quick, and just realizing like your steps and just kind of visualizing everything and just visualizing winning, I guess. So yeah.
Totally makes sense. So speaking of the cold, like it's been a really cold spring so far. I mean, we've had some days in the single digits just a couple weeks ago. What are you doing to kind of help with the cold? Just help dealing with that. I mean, track's kind of a warmer sport.
Yeah,
A little bit difficult to run when there's ice on the ground.
Yeah, seriously. Oh no, I mean that makes a good point. I mean, honestly, it's just kind of just training your brain, just say, hey, it's cold out, but we got to do it anyway. Just training yourself to, like it's going to be cold on the weekends, it's going to be cold this, it's going to be windy here, so it honestly makes it better for you if you just realize like it's going to suck no matter what. You might as well just do it. But like going back to keeping warm and just wearing layers, like we can't like stress it enough. Like we'll wear shorts and stuff at practice sometimes, but like it's way better to just have pouring sweat than have your body freezing cold and pull something or hurt something and you're out for a long time.
Took the time to talk to us after their competitions. You guys go and enjoy your spring break. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's update. Don't forget to catch us here next time on The Scoreboard.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to TVA Vail. We are in the second hour, and we have a lot of great things to show you for the second hour right here on Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Liz, and we just love our days here with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Vail's closing day, everybody. I know you guys are super excited. I want to see lots of photos that we could post here on TVA Vail. I want to see your tutus. I want to see your crazy headgear and all the fun things that you guys like to throw on to board and ski up on the final day of Vail. It might be a sad day, but it's also an exciting day because then we're going to kick off an amazing summer season with so many outdoor activities. We're not going to know what to do with ourselves. We have so many great things that are coming out and about. Lots of outdoor concerts, lots of art shows, exhibits, and so much more. It's going to be a fantastic, exciting summer. And I'm going to tease a comedy show that I will be throwing sometime over the summer, and we'll give you all the details here on TV8 as it gets closer because we all need a very good laugh. Now this hour, we're gonna have adventures in coaching. We've been talking about the job market a lot lately, so you can find out how great coaches do their job. And of course, we are gonna have somebody in the kitchen that really knows what they're doing. It's Tracy. We're gonna have her in the kitchen cooking with Tracy, and she's going to be making an incredible crab cake dish for us. So I'm already hungry, waiting for that to happen, and it's just going to be a beautiful day. So we're going to see what everything looks like out there as far as weather is concerned. I know you're going to be a little chilly for the next few days. However, get out there and enjoy Vail's closing day, and then we're going to see what's going to take place for the summer season. This is Liz for TV8 Vail. We'll be back with more of the show.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to TV8's newest segment. It's called Adventures in Coaching, and it's here to help you grow personally and professionally. And we've got Kim Smith, the expert, joining us. Kim, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk to you about all of this.
I'm excited to have you here only because I think powerful women are my most favorite thing, and you are definitely a force to be reckoned with here in our community. So I'm very excited to have you.
Thank you.
Now, let's just dive right into it because we've got a lot of things that we're going to cover over the expansion of some time here on the couch. And so my first question is, what is coaching?
That is a great question, Maddie. And, you know, a lot of people, I think, are confused a little bit about that. And I just want to clarify that what it's not therapy, it's not advice, and it's not sports coaching, although we do take a lot of things from sports coaching. In other words, really trying to push you beyond maybe your limits and to set goals and to hold you accountable to, you know, what you decide is important to you.
Which I think a lot of people in certain areas start to struggle with. And so what is your story and how did you get into coaching?
Yeah, that's a great question also. You know, for me, it really came naturally. I was always, even as a young person, really trying to help people and interested in helping, you know, them improve their lives. And I had a long career in marketing and sales. And I worked in on the agency side of things and in the snow sports industry and then in tourism. And all the while I had this like small voice in my head that kept saying, you know, you really want to help people more. How do you get out there and do that? And while I was loving my career and I had climbed the ladder, so to speak, and had a lot of accomplishments, there were things that just started to, resonate with me outside of those careers, and really getting into helping people was one of those things that just kept bubbling up and saying, why don't you go ahead and take a leap of faith and do this? And so I finally decided to leave my career and get certified in coaching. And I had a couple of iterations as I went through all of that. And I'm now doing that full time, and I'm absolutely loving it. And it's really where I get, my joy and my purpose is around helping others to really reach their potential.
Which is so cool, because you hear of these people that are empaths and they spend their time filling other people's cup in order to fill their own cup, and it sounds like you get the pleasure of doing that in your career. And because you spent so much time in this corporate world, you also have this kind of mindset of how you can help people grow professionally.
Exactly. And yes, it does fill my cup helping others and seeing their process and witnessing change and helping to empower people and enable people to do that is just huge. And I really focus on people working on their careers and with leaders within businesses and teams within businesses themselves, and working with trying to really identify, what that person's purpose is, or a team purpose, and finding out the ways to get there, as well as removing roadblocks that might be getting in the way of their success.
I think it's so important that people take the time to realize that they need that little bit of extra motivation, and this coaching is something that can help them successfully push themselves through that almost like writer's block that we come across in our lives and in our careers. And so you've been doing this for quite some time. What are some of the challenges that you've heard clients complain about?
And that's, I love what you said, that analogy. People come to me because they are maybe feeling stuck in what they want to do. Maybe they've had an idea germinating in their head for a long time. They just don't know how to get it from here to, there, and then move it forward. And I think that's pretty normal. A lot of us have ideas and think like, oh, I want to do this. I want to work on my career. I maybe want to go into an entrepreneurial business. How do I get there? And rather than just continually, ruminating about it, a coach will really help you pull that out, figure out what's important, how do we take those next steps, and what do those look like, and then how can you hold yourself accountable? And a coach will help hold you accountable to those goals that you've set up.
Which I think is something that so many people lack, the discipline of taking the things from their brain, putting them on paper, and then executing them. I know that I really struggle with that in certain areas of my life, and so just to have that little bit of extra motivation helps so much. Now, as people are starting to kind of get a coach and work through these processes, what are some of the things that they can expect from the coach?
So first of all, I really, I'll do an intake, so to speak, to, or discovery, whatever we want to call it, but looking at, what is going on and where do you think you want to go? And oftentimes what happens through the process is we find out that what you think you might want to do isn't really aligned with your purpose and what what will really make you successful. So I'll usually take a step back at that point and look at, what is that person's purpose? Have they ever decided what that is, or have they ever clarified that for themselves? Because that can be your foundation. And we'll go into purpose a little bit more in another segment, but that's really, I like to start there and kind of dig around. And, I was saying that, it's not so much about looking at your past, but oftentimes there are things in our past that are holding us back from success. Maybe, we don't really know why they're there, or they're a limiting belief. You might have heard that term, limiting beliefs, or little gremlins that are saying, oh, I'm not good enough, or I've got self-doubt around this.
Those mean voices in your head that sometimes you got to work towards shutting off.
Yeah, and so those come up inevitably with everybody I work with. And so we do take a look at that and try to, create the courage to walk through a lot of those fears, or, real, or maybe they're made up fears. Maybe something really did happen in the past that we need to look at. But whatever it is, that's always been a part of, or that will be a part of the conversation.
Now, as people are starting to get interested in getting a coach, what's the time frame like when you guys start working together to when you can kind of execute this plan to move forward?
I like to say that about a 9-week session, or group of sessions, is where you really start to see progress. So if somebody says, oh, I'm going to go to a coach 1 or 2 times, oh, it didn't work, I'm moving on. It's like you've got to give it some time, because more and more things will be revealed as you're working through things. It's not just a one and done. That being said, I don't look at coaching as, like sometimes therapists, work with somebody for years and years. This is more short term. We want to try to get those results and move you forward quickly.
And seeing a coach is like dating someone. You can't just go on 2 dates and be like, this isn't for me. You have to spend some time to get to know them, because you do have to set those boundaries and really learn each other and how you guys work well with each other. It's like forming a whole new relationship.
It really is. It really is. And it's amazing, like the first time people tend to really not want to talk too much, or they don't know what to talk about. But that's my job, to start really pulling that out of the person, make them feel comfortable and figure out, where they really want to go and why.
Now, as you are bringing in new clients, who is it that you work with?
So I call myself a career and business success coach. So I work with people that are working on their careers, looking to make change. Maybe there's a transition that they want to go to another business and they don't know what that industry is, or they want to grow within their own organization. And I also work with businesses that are, maybe they have leaders inside the organization that, they would like to have coached, as well as teams to develop synergy amongst that team to be able to move that team forward based on their purpose and their goals and desires. So,
which I think is so cool. It's like having one of those group projects in school where maybe someone feels like they have to pull a majority of the weight. To have someone like you come in and then delegate a little bit more clearly and bring that team together to work better together so that everything just can start to roll forward is really cool. Now, as you're kind of coaching these teams, do you feel like you ever have any challenges with a larger group of people?
Oh, absolutely, because there's always like, one or two people that are like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. And, they've got their body language, arms crossed, and they're not sure that, why they're there. And, I can, when I'm working with groups or teams, I will coach people individually, with the whole team. And sometimes I'll just have to pull them aside and say, hey, what's going on for you? And, I really try to meet people where they are at and figure out what's going on for them. Because ideally with a team, you want to get everybody on the same page. But yeah, there's people, we're humans, right? We're going to bring our stuff, everything that we have from our whole life into work, into our business. So, yeah.
I mean, I think what you do is so incredible, and I also think that it's always those people that you see that are so closed off that eventually come around, and they're the ones who benefit the most, because you totally change their perspectives on from where they started to where they are in your sessions.
Right. And I think that's a really good point there, because coaching, a lot of it is about reframing a situation. And instead of being like, oh, poor me, this has happened, or I'm not happy with this, or whatever, looking at it from different points of view can help you look at the opportunity versus the problem.
Which I think that perspective shift is probably one of the largest benefits from getting a coach. And so now, as we're talking about benefits of coaching, what are some of the other ones that people can expect from kind of going through this tribulation with you?
I would definitely say, determining what your purpose is, your why, your reason for being. Finding out like what it is that you want to do, and how can you bring that purpose into your workplace or into your life, and it's really a matter of kind of going through some of those things, but also getting results. I mean, ultimately coaching is about getting results and taking action, moving you forward and holding you accountable. So I can't, everybody's journey is different. That's why I call it adventures in coaching. It's an adventure. There's never a straight line from like what you think is in here to your final goal. You're always going to be zigzagging and finding different ways. And I think some people think that it's like, oh, one straight shot, but it's important to know that, it does take some time, and to give yourself permission to, explore a little bit over here if you think that that's interesting, or maybe this didn't work out exactly as you thought. So what is it, and how do we get back on track?
I think these are all such great benefits that people could really use in their day-to-day life, but also in their personal and professional development. Now, we're going to do a few of these sessions, so what other things can we expect from Adventures in Coaching?
So coming up next is we're going to be talking about purpose and mission and why that's so important. I'll be talking about leadership skills, women in business and the challenges that women have in business. Some things around communication, emotional intelligence, and just, you know, figuring out like how to set goals and how do you really hold yourself accountable to those goals. So those are just a few of the things we'll be talking about.
Kim, I'm so excited to continue to spend time with you so I can keep learning from you just from sitting here. I think what you do is so incredible. And like I said earlier, I think you are a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you. It's fantastic to be here. I really appreciate it.
Make sure that you continue to stay tuned as we are going to continue our adventures in coaching, only because we're here to help you with your personal and your professional development. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
If you haven't seen Good Day Vail lately, here's what you've been missing. I'm Cece Zach, and I'm the host of Good Day Vail, and you can find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com and on YouTube. We're here to serve the Vail Valley, and we look forward to sharing our story with all of you.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about helping you find the right gear for your best adventure. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Stop by our full-service shop to learn more about how we help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun and Ski Sports. Call or visit us in Avon or Dillon or learn more at sunandski.com.
Vail Skin and Lashes, located in the heart of Avon, offers a full array of aesthetic and medical treatments and services. We feature only the highest quality products in an upscale medical-grade skincare boutique. Experience this luxurious, welcoming, and inviting environment. We are dedicated to providing expert personalized care, artistry, wellness, beauty. That's Vail Skin and Lashes Medical Spa.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Happy Sunday, everybody. Who's hungry? Do you love crab cakes? I know I do. And of course, the wonderful Tracy is in the kitchen with Cooking with Tracy. She's going to show us a great crab cake recipe. Can't wait.
Hi, I'm Tracy Miller with Colorful Cooking, and today we are going to be cooking up some real goodies. Whether you have people visiting, or you're going on a picnic, or you just want something really healthy for dinner tonight, I've got you covered right here. We're not wasting any time. We're jumping right on into it. So at first we're going to do the asparagus wraps. Now I've already boiled the asparagus, and then I shocked them. So that means you boil them in water until they're done, and these were skinny ones. They took like maybe 3 minutes in boiling water. And then I put them in cold water. That stops the cooking process and keeps the nice vibrant color green. So we're making wraps, super easy. And one of the things when you're making wraps that you want to do is microwave your wraps for like 30 seconds because that's going to make them a little bit easier to roll and a little bit easier to work with. So I've got 3 wraps in here that I microwaved for about 30 seconds. They are flour tortillas, delicious and hearty, and those are going to be the base for our asparagus wraps. We start with mayonnaise, and then we've got to add a little sweetness. So this is kind of funny because this is not always a staple at my house, but we're going to put a little ketchup in there as well. That'll give it the sweet flavor, kind of like a Russian dressing, a play on Russian dressing. And then we're going to use a little bit of these chipotles. And now what we're going to do is we are going to put that all over our wrap. So what I've noticed, and I make wraps a lot for my catering company, and what I notice is that if you do a thin layer of the spread all the way around the tortilla, you're going to be in good shape for rolling it and keeping it all together. I have smoked Gouda cheese because this is going to be a smoky wrap. I'm going to put that at the very bottom because what I've noticed is if I try to cut these wraps with asparagus, the asparagus shoots out all over the place. So you really want the asparagus to be on the chipotle so that it doesn't shoot out all over the place when you cut it. Put some lettuce down there. Look at all that. It's like so pretty with all the colors. So then when you roll it, you're just going to go like this. Pull all of that in. Roll it up. I roll these, put them seam side down in the refrigerator, uncovered, because if you cover these flour tortillas with saran wrap, then they're going to get super mushy. Here's the asparagus wraps. I'm going to make one more. We are going to take a quick break. When we return, we're talking all about Brussels sprouts. We're going to get these in the oven, and I'm going to show you how to make a delicious Brussels sprout salad. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking. We just made some asparagus wraps, which will be great for guests or just for lunch if you're looking for vegetarian. And now we're going to move on. First off, you need to cut the Brussels sprouts. And all the Brussels sprouts, just like with any veggie you're ever working with, they're all different. So when you're baking them, and my oven is at 400 degrees because we're really going to roast these babies, you want everything to be about the same size. So if you're getting some really little Brussels sprouts, then you're not going to want to cut them as much as the big ones. Like this one's a monster, so I'm going to just cut that a little bit more. So we've got these little cuties. They're so cute. They're just like baby cabbages. And then I'm going to put them on my sheet pan. We're going to keep this super simple because the ingredients are fresh and healthy. So mucking them up with a whole bunch of different ingredients is not what we're going to do. Brussels sprouts by themselves. Oven is at 400 degrees. I'm going to pour olive oil over the Brussels sprouts. Doesn't even have to be that much because it's going to kind of melt when you bake it. And then I have a mixture of salt and pepper. This is how I like to do it when I'm in the kitchen. Just make a nice mixture of salt and pepper because that's what I use for everything. And I'm going to really kind of generously cover these Brussels sprouts. And whenever I'm cooking veggies, I definitely put a lot of salt and pepper on them. Okay. The Brussels sprouts, cut up nicely, olive oil, salt and pepper, oven's at 400 degrees. I'm going to pop them into the oven for about 10 minutes. And this is when a little bit of experience is going to let you know, because if you cook those Brussels sprouts just a little bit too long, they're going to have no crunch and they're going to be mushy. And those are the Brussels sprouts that your parents complain about because your grandma used to overcook them all the time. We are going to cook those Brussels sprouts for about 10 minutes. Check them because every veggie is different. We're going to check them, see their doneness, and then put the pears in for about 5 minutes. We've added the pears about 5 minutes before we were finished cooking the Brussels sprouts. And these Brussels took about 10 minutes, but you can expect about 10 to 12 minutes for most Brussels sprouts if you cut them in half. You don't want to overcook them because that's going to make them mushy and gross, and it's going to make your house smell really bad. So we have the pears that I tossed with a little bit of olive oil and some fresh thyme, and I tossed those right there into the Brussels sprouts. So basically, this is the salad. A half a cup of Brussels sprouts is like 28 calories, and it also contains over 100% of your daily recommended dose of vitamin K. So they're really healthy, and if you're looking to get a little more vitamin K, vitamin C they're high in as well, and lots of other minerals. You know, when you're looking for just like a little sliver of certain minerals, you're gonna find a lot of that in Brussels sprouts. So here we have the salad. I did sprinkle a little bit of fresh thyme on the salad, on the pears when I put them in the oven, but now I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit more. When you're working with fresh herbs like this, and now this time you have to like definitely get the stems off. So this is a job for the kids. This is what I always give to my kids, and they're like, really, Mom, do we have to do this? But see, if you just kind of do that, then you get the fresh thyme. You don't have to chop it or anything. It's just nice and the little leaves. So we're gonna put a little more on that, and then we're gonna stir this up a little. Everything's softened up. You can eat this salad warm, or you can eat at room temperature. That's one of the great things about it. And I'm gonna tell you what, people are gonna like this salad. You're gonna be surprised how many people are after your Brussels sprouts when you make this. I like to put a little honey mustard on it. It just brings a sweetness to it and also gives a mustard taste, and mustard and Brussels go really, really nicely together. So I'm just going to stir up my honey mustard, and all this is a combination of sour cream, honey, mustard, and some white wine vinegar, a little salt and pepper, because I put a little salt and pepper on everything. So just lightly put some honey mustard on that, and then there you go. You have your Brussels sprout salad. Super simple, great ingredients. The key to this one is to make sure you cook everything perfectly so that it's not overcooked, and then let it cool down and enjoy it any time of the day. So now we have smoky asparagus wraps, we have a Brussels sprout pear salad, and next we are going to make crab cake. Okay, so you're probably dying to know the biggest secret of making crab cakes, and everybody has their crab cake recipe that they like. Mine, I just like a lot of crab in it, not a lot of filler, but you do need some filler or the crab cakes aren't gonna stick together. So the biggest secret is when you buy your crab, and I buy mine from Costco, I get this big one because it's actually delicious crab, but it kind of gets a little wet, so you have to wring it out a little, like I'm gently squeezing the crab. Like, you don't want to be tough with it. It's very delicate. It's delicious. It's tender. And we're just happy that somebody else got it out of the shell for us. But this is what you do. This is the #1 tip, in my opinion, that I can give you to make good crab cakes. You get all of this moisture out of here. See, as you get to the bottom, there's just so much. And then you're going to get a nice sear on your crab cake, and it's not going to steam up. Okay, easy enough. We have all this beautiful crab. It's nice. It's claw meat. It's delicious. I'm going to add some parsley, a little bit of green in there. We are going to add some red onion. Onion's not my favorite, but it's very good for you, and a lot of people like the onion in here, and it's definitely missed if you don't add it. I add a tiny, tiny bit of Creole seasoning, and it doesn't, whatever the Creole seasoning is you have at home, I just add a little bit of that just to give it some flavor. I do add a little salt and pepper. We'll go back to what I said earlier, salt and pepper everything. 1 egg that has been slightly beaten, that's gonna help bind everything together. I do a little bit of mayonnaise to give it a nice creamy texture, and then some breadcrumbs. Ball them up. Look at that, pat them down a little. Squeeze them in on the side, and then I put them in my pan. When I'm dropping them into my pan, I wiggle it around a little bit so that the olive oil goes under all of the crab. These are crab cakes. They are delicious. We will be talking more when we get back. You're watching Colorful Cooking. All right, look at this appetizer platter right here. This is all we did. This could be a full dinner, actually. You could have the asparagus as an appetizer, and then you could have the Brussels sprout salad and the crab cakes as a dinner if you wanted that way, or a very nice lunch. Now I have a quick little basil aioli. It's just a mixture of mayonnaise, sour cream, basil, and lemon juice, and I like to serve that right on top of my crab cakes. If I'm serving for a crowd, I only do it on a few, but if I'm serving for myself, I do it on every single one. I'm Tracy Miller with Colorful Cooking, Brussels sprout salad, asparagus wraps, and crab cakes today. I hope you enjoy these recipes and eat healthy.
Good morning, Vail.
It's that time of the morning where we're talking Sun and Ski Sports Product of the Week. Now we've got a Rumple blanket with us, which this is the original puffy blanket. And if you have not seen one of these, well, then they are great for the environment. And the reason that is because this blanket right here is made out of 60 recycled water bottles. So I'm just going to fold this down a little bit. You can see what the blanket looks like. These are absolutely amazing if you're getting out there to do anything outside. They are water and stain resistant as they are finished with a DWR on there, making it nice and convenient for all of your outdoor needs. Not only does it curl up into this nice little packaging, so it's super low-key, mellow to take anywhere with you, but as well as getting it out and about, it is made with synthetic insulation, which means that it is machine washable. So if you do spill something on it, it's super easy to get nice and clean. You can see that this is a beautiful one with the Arches National Park on it. You can head over to Sun and Ski Sports to get your hands on one of these fabulous blankets, or you can go to their website at sunandski.com, and that way you can order one right to your house. We want to thank them for bringing you this product of the week. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail, 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
If you're shopping in the Edwards area and you want to shop somewhere where it's nice and fun and affordable, where you can get a lot of great stuff for a killer deal, Wild Hearts is your place, and we're here with the owner, Kirsten Stovkin. Thank you so much for meeting us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
You have such cute stuff, and I know because I buy a lot of clothes from you.
Yep, yes, definitely.
I know myself and Gretchen do, which then we get to wear them on TV, so your clothes are like basically famous.
And I appreciate that so much from your support. It's been so awesome to see it on TV too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Wild Heart. I love it. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for opening a shop here that has, one, my size. That's hard to find always.
Totally.
And two, a place where I know I can come in last minute if I'm in search of a dress or shorts or whatever it is, and I can find something always for any event.
Thank you. Yeah, so I opened Wild Heart a little over 5 years ago, so in March of 2017, and my main focus here too was to open a cute, trendy, but affordable women's clothing store for women's of all ages. So it's been great. We have women's clothing and accessories. And like you said, we have anything from blouses to dresses to shorts to purses to jewelry, and it's been so awesome. And I'm really glad I did it. And it's been, I feel so supported too throughout the years. So it's been great.
Well, and especially because we've seen all of these crazy transitions recently with kind of COVID and people not being able to leave their house. So it's been hard to buy clothes, but that was something that a lot of people got into through COVID, was jumping more into fashion and jumping more into their style. Absolutely. Because they had that free time to do so.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are seeing, during 2020, a lot of people were wanting to buy comfy, cozy clothes because we were staying indoors more. And now with 2021 and 2022, we're seeing people they're back out there, they want to dress cute and buy something new. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun just to see all the new trends that are coming out, and also people excited about it too. So
I'm the worst. I'm like, oh, I have to go to this event. I'm like, I need 3 new yeah, I'm like, give me 3 new dresses for this event, only because it's so fun to shop and it's so fun to just expand your wardrobe. My mom tells me all the time, she's like, you should maybe clean out your closet. I'm like, no. I had that dress from like 2017. I have to keep it.
Right? Yes, yeah. So yeah, we're getting with Wild Heart too, my main focus is our price point and then changing things up all the time. So we're getting new shipments weekly. We put new arrivals out every day. So every time you come into the store, it's always fresh and new. I do buy a limited quantity of each style. So once it's gone, it's gone. So not everyone here in the Valley is wearing the same thing at an event or anything like that. So it's always changing. So that's what keeps it fresh and fun here at Wild Heart too. And especially the price point, I try to keep everything about $50 and less. And there are some items like jeans or purses that are a little bit more than that, but keeping it fresh and always changing is really important for me.
Well, and you guys always have the right stuff for the right season. And so whether you come in here during the winter time and you need some sweaters to upgrade kind of that winter wardrobe, or if you're coming in the summer and you just want like a plethora of sundresses, that's my favorite. Yes. You guys have all of that. And so as a woman in business, and as a woman in business in Vail, how have you kind of found your way through owning the business?
Opening a business here in the Valley, I feel like there are so many women entrepreneurs, which has been so amazing. And it's so great because there are a lot of different groups that you can join to kind of come together as a women entrepreneur and kind of get different ideas from each other. And it's so great. I feel very supported, and there's so many other women here in this Valley that feel they're on the same boat as that too. So you feel like there is a tight-knit community with that. So it's been great. Yeah.
Which is really cool because there's a lot of diversity throughout our valley, and especially right now as we've kind of seen influx in prices in so many different things, that it's really cool to see these businesses like yours and like some of the other locally owned businesses just thriving in our community.
It's been so great, and that's been too for me with price points going up. It's been so important for me to keep my prices still at a low, affordable cost, because that's what I've always opened my business, was to be about being fun and affordable, but keeping that affordable price point. So,
which makes it so convenient, and especially there's nowhere else really where you can find such great deals on clothes that are gonna last. And that's the thing, is I have a skirt that I've had for 3 years from here, and I wear it regularly, like it frequents in my wardrobe, and it held up all of this time and continues to hold up. So not only are you spending the money, but you're also getting a good quality for the amount that you're spending.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. Yeah, so with the affordable price point, I do keep high quality clothing and changing up with, so backstory, my mom had a clothing store back in California for about 20 years, so I've always grown up in this industry. So it's been really cool that I worked with manufacturers that my mom worked with 20 years ago. So keeping that high quality clothing is really important to me too, with the affordable price point. So thank you.
Such a cool backstory, and it's cool to see it kind of continue through the family. And so if you had to give one piece of advice to women entrepreneurs in our community, what would you give them?
Dream big and go for it, because you never know how it will play out, and if you don't try, you'll never know. So I always say dream big and go for it. So yeah, it's been great, and I've learned a lot from my mom too, and I'm really grateful that I did it here in the Vail Valley, and I feel so supported. And yeah, it's great that we have the best customers here in this valley. We really do. We have the best people, and it's just been so great. So yeah.
As I'm like, yeah, I own half of my wardrobe has come from Wild Art, and like I just keep buying more. I was in there earlier, and I'm like, I need this dress, and I need this one. You guys just do have the best stuff, and you make it so that you can buy something, you can dress it up for a formal night out, you can dress it down to maybe just be running around in the sun. And so if you had to pick one item that you guys carry in your store, what would it be that's your absolute favorite?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Right now we have a lot of fun floral prints that are like bright, bold colors. So if you are headed to a wedding or a fun weekend event, we have a bunch of dresses though. Summertime, can't go wrong. So definitely a good wrap summer dress we have right now that I love. So yes.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to chat with us, and we hope that you have a great day and a great summer season, especially as now everyone can enjoy some sundresses.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Make sure that if you are in the Edwards area and you're looking for anything to update your wardrobe, that you come into Wild Hearts, because it's fun and it's affordable and it's just a great place to shop. And then of course you're supporting a local business. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the TV8 Viewers' Choice Awards, where we celebrate the videos that got the most views on our YouTube channel from you, our viewers. I'm your host, Maddie Evans, and let's see who's taking home the prizes for the month of March.
Taking home the bronze is Good Morning Vail's March 16th edition. Outdoor sports return to the Vail Valley. Baseball, lacrosse, and soccer reports on the scoreboard. The silver award goes to the inaugural 2-hour episode of Good Morning Vail on March 13th. The gold award goes to Good Morning Vail on March 18th, featuring music in the Valley with Dave Anderson and Dogs in a Pile. The platinum award goes to Good Morning Vail on March 20th, featuring Claire Noble reporting on Eagle County developments. And clinching the #1 spot and taking home the Diamond Award, Good Day Vail host CC Zach spotlights Vail celebrity Marka Moser.
If you missed any of these trending videos, well then you can check them out on our YouTube page, TV8 Good Morning Vail, and make sure that you check out the Viewers' Choice Awards for the month of March on there as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and I'll see you next time.
Hi, it's Max at TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail, 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. I think some of us are familiar with Noom. It's an app on your phone and helps you keep yourself healthy and weight-worthy, and whatever makes you feel comfortable in your own skin is what we think is the most important thing. Well, Maddie had a chance to talk to the person that started Noom, and he has a book out now. So we want to find out how to be our very best selves with this book. Let's find out what it's all about.
It's that time of year where we're all thinking about getting in better shape with not only our minds but our bodies as well. And we've got Dr. Andreas Michaelitis to give us some great information about a new book that Noom has released, helping you get in the mindset. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now, let's just talk about what your role is, because being the chief of psychology at Noom is a very large role, and it's something that's very unique.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it really allows me to merge my two passions together, which are psychology. I'm a psychologist by training, and technology. And so I get to bring the latest and greatest in psychology to technology to help millions of people.
What you guys just came out with this amazing book for the new year, which is going to help people shift their brain into the Noom mindset. So for people who don't know what Noom is, can you give us a little more information about it?
Sure. Noom is a consumer-driven behavior change company where we are geared towards giving people the skills in order to make meaningful changes. And our mission as an organization is to help people everywhere lead healthier lives through behavior change.
And so why do you think it is that Noom is so effective to help people make these behavioral changes?
Noom addresses a lot of the psychological components that people often struggle with. The idea being that we have patterns of behavior that put us into situations that get in our way of making lasting changes. And I think you might have maybe heard somebody say in the past, I know what I have to do, I just can't do it. And so that's the kind of person that I think does really well at Noom, is the person who is trying to understand themselves a little bit better in order to to overcome obstacles that maybe have been difficult to overcome so far.
And why do you think that the psychology versus kind of the act of losing the weight plays so well together in making this come together and make it what it is at Noom?
Yeah, because it's, I would say those things they can be intertwined, and a lot of the tools that we give at Noom are not, specific to weight loss. They're things that you can apply to all facets of your life, whether that be weight loss or it could be anything that will help you. Oftentimes programs that are very rigid and prescriptive, they don't really work because we don't think like that, and that is not always applicable to our day-to-day lives. And so the idea is to develop habits and to develop skills that you can apply to your day-to-day life and that are really sustainable for the long haul.
Now, in the new book that you guys have just released, why is it important that people get their hands on this to start making those steps to make those changes?
Because because baby steps are the way to large, giant steps. It all starts with the first step. And I think a lot of times what happens around this time of year is that we try to change everything at the same time. And that kind of all or nothing thinking or all or nothing behavior can lead to disappointment later on. And so this book is, I think, for many people can be a really positive just step and just understanding maybe a little bit more of those concepts that maybe are happening that you might not be fully aware of. Some things will not resonate with others, with everyone, but some things really will. And the idea is to take whatever you can or whatever is helpful for you so that you can apply it to your own life in your own unique way.
Which I think is so important, and especially as we're talking about this new year, and everyone always has that goal to make themselves healthier, not only physically, but I think emotionally, mentally, and from the psychological aspect, it's really important. And so this is, like you said, one of those great first steps that people can take. Now, I'm trying really hard to start my New Year's resolution to make it so that I'm in better shape as I approach the new year. And so I think Noom is something that would give me a whole new perspective instead of just stepping out and maybe going to the gym or doing something outside that's just that physical activity.
Absolutely, yeah. It's baby steps, and there's a lot of pressure around the new year to do these kind of big, large changes, and even the mental model of having to go to the gym. There are many ways to get physical activity in, and physical activity is more than just about weight loss. It's more about a lot of other things that happen in our brain. So baby steps. I would say just start really small and try to be kind to yourself.
Now, if people are interested in getting their hands on the book or getting more information about Noom, what's the best way for them to do so?
Yeah, you can get the book anywhere books or audiobooks are sold, either in a store or online. You can also check us out at noom.com, and you can go to noom.com/book for more book information.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and thank you so much for the hard work that you're doing to really just better people's health.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great new year.
You too. Make sure that you stop by any one of your local bookstores and you get your hand on this fabulous book to help yourself take those baby steps into making the right decisions for your mind and your body. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Welcome back to the show. That was a very enlightening interview with Noom. We all want to be and feel our very best. Thank you so much for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail, right here on TV8. I'm your host, Liz, always on Comcast Channel 92. You can also see us on YouTube and stream live at tv8vail.com. Get out there and enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. Thanks to everybody who came through for this last week. And Glitz and Glam with Gretchen was a wonderful experience. Always so much fun to see that. And of course, cooking with Tracy with our crab cake recipe was super delicious as well. Vail Police Department, thank you for being so wonderful and being part of our community. It's just been a really wonderful Sunday, and I can't wait to see you guys throughout the week. And we're going to have another great week ahead on TV8. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Have yourselves a great week and enjoy the Vail Valley and everything it has to offer.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to